Hey there, CIS102. Welcome to our last session of class. Now, as is always the case with a last session, that means we have a lot of ground to cover here. So this video is probably going to be longer than some of the other ones. You know, hit pause, take a deep breath, come back, and hunker down for the next 7 minutes of whatever the rest of this video will do. So first and foremost, the things to know are as follows. Do remember that any and all past assignments you can still go back and do. The easiest way for you to see if you have missed an assignment along the way, or if that's something that you want to go back and do, would just be to go in through Myitlab, then to click through to the assignment calendar. Skip the to-do completed list. It's really the most confusing way to look at it. Just go back to the regular assignment calendar and click on each one of those Mondays. Really, you just have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's only 5 to have to go through. It won't take you very long. Remember that if you see an assignment that says not started, it means you didn't start it. If you see an assignment that says not passed, it means that you can go back and pass it. Every point is going to have an impact on your overall final grade. So this week in Myitlab, outside of what I just mentioned there, there is chapter 9 as new material. So go through and complete those as well. But you will notice that there is not a ton of new content in there. We have a lot of kind of the batting cleanup stuff to do. So I wanted to make sure that that's just what we were doing with Myitlab, is it provides you enough space, enough time to go through there and to actually complete or to pass some of those old activities that maybe you should be going back and taking a look at. On the other side of that, I know that many of you are still rolling in with the HTML assignment. That one does take me a while to grade because I actually have to go through and grade it. So if you are going to be late with that one, please just message me when it comes in, because that's going to be the only way that I'm going to have an opportunity to know that it's there to go back and see it. While we are in Eagle, while we are here in Eagle, remember that you've had quizzes here in Eagle. Remember also that I will take those just in case you haven't had an opportunity to do them. Remember also that they are 40% of your overall grade. Do not skip the quizzes in Eagle. If you go over to the left-hand side and look in the quizzes tab, they all show up there. You also get 3 opportunities to take and get the best points possible on that. Again, out of 40% of your overall grade, every point has an impact. So make sure that you are going back and finding those. As far as new content goes for Eagle for this session, there is what is called the CIS102 exit survey. In the exit survey, what we're doing is we're just comparing the exit survey to the baseline survey, the one you would have taken in the first week of class. Remember, there are points associated with this. You need to take it, but they do not influence your overall grade. They're essentially worth extra credit points. We really, truly value the information that we get from this exit survey. It's one of the things that helps us go to other colleges. And, if you are going to transfer out these particular 3 credits for CIS 102, it's the reason that transfers out is because we can go to another college and say, look at what the baseline for a student coming into our course is, and look at what the baseline for a student exiting our course is, and see how much general computing knowledge they have. We really value that. You need to go take it. It will be on the home page in Eagle. I'm going to put it unceremoniously right up at the top in gigantic red letters. Take this exit survey. But again, don't freak yourself out if for whatever reason it's only a single opportunity take on that. So if for whatever reason you didn't do as well as you had hoped, that's okay, because we have an opportunity to work around the points value for that. But please do go and take that. Again, it is valuable for you, it is valuable for us, and then on the other side, it's going to be valuable for you a second time around, when you can actually, take and potentially transfer out our 3 credits for CIS 102. There are, along with this, in the session 7 module, there's some of my favorite software that's worth taking a look at. There are some extras in there. Those are worth taking a look at. Those are things that are going to help you do more and do more better. I know that's completely not right, but more and better with your use of technology moving forward. So we have stuff in there for phones and tablets and Chromebooks and Windows and Mac and everything else. So don't skip those, because they will have a positive impact on you moving forward. Through the course of this week, what I will do is just touch base with everybody on a how you're doing, what you might need to do basis. My hope is Wednesday of this week that I'll get around to getting to everybody, just so that you know going into the final week where it is that you stand. The issues with Myitlab are still happening, like literally right before getting ready to record this. I got a notice from Eagle saying all of these assignments were added, which was bullcrap, because I was actually on the phone with a student. I wasn't adding assignments. It is something that is still happening in Myitlab, but the good news is I am 100% sure that it is not influencing your overall grade. The best way right this moment to still see your overall grade, you can do it in Eagle. You can see your grade there. You can do it in Myitlab. You can see your grade there. The Eagle grade, even though you don't have everything completed yet, is probably your best avenue for that. Do remember about Eagle that it calculates your score out of the total possible, not the total possible that you could have earned until now. So typically what happens is when you look at that grade, it's really going to be a little bit lower than your overall final score, because we don't have everything in there yet. The other way to do it is to look at Myitlab IT. And when you go through the grades over in Myitlab, the closer you are to 60%, that is the closer you are to an A without the quizzes. So it doesn't sync both ways. The quizzes are not in Myitlab just yet. So, if it says your overall total percentage is 59.8 out of 60, that means you have an A. If it's telling you that you have a 40 out of 60, that roughly corresponds to a B, and so on and so forth. So that gives you your best idea of where your grade stands. I would actually take a look at the both of them and kind of average them out, because that way you're dealing with any of the error that may come in there. But again, I am sure that those weird duplicated assignments do not have a points total. They just show up in the calendar. And to date, Pearson has no idea why this is happening. It's not just with our class, it's happening with our class and probably tens of thousands of other classes that are relying on Myitlab. And it just so happens that they really screwed up this time around. So as always, if you have any questions or comments or concerns with any of the things that are happening this week, with any of the things that are happening with your grade book, with any of the things that are happening with previous assignments potentially, whatever the case might be, don't hesitate to reach out, especially this week. As what happens with all classes is, as we get to the end, the stress level, even if you were doing well, the stress level just has a tendency to boil up. I would much rather help talk you down from a ledge before you get to the ledge than, worry about serious repercussions when it happens to be like Monday night next week and everything is coming to a close really soon. So do reach out sooner rather than later. Do take a look for, just that ballpark figure I'll provide for you sometime over the course of the week, and don't drag your feet on getting things done. It's more important now than ever, because even if in previous weeks you could have caught up later, there is no later to get caught up with. So have at it, 102. You're going to need to move briskly here.